Hello, hi, good morning, very good morning to all of you guys. Welcome back to Guidely. This is Aditya. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you guys clearly. आवाज clear है? Sound check कर लीजिए एक बार. Then we will be starting the discussion. I was not available on Friday, Saturday, as you guys are aware about it. I was on the visit to Delhi. We have recently completed our success meet for SBI PO and Clerk. But whatever the news which we had to cover on last Friday, Saturday, that we are going to cover this week. मैं cover करवाऊंगा सारे आपके पुराने news. Don't worry about that. Simply continue with the session. We'll cover this week itself. Okay. चलिए start कर लेते हैं discussion को. Start करते हैं discussion को. I'll take very less time today for the highlights and all. Directly I'll jump over the news and we'll start discussing each and every news in detail in depth, ताकि हर एक news को हम detail और depth में cover कर पाएं. So directly starting with the homework questions. Homework के questions मैंने आपको दिए थे. Recently India extended the financial assistance to which country by rolling over 50 million treasury bill for one more year, and that was subscribed by State Bank of India from the side of Government of India. SBI ने एक कंट्री के $50 मिलियन के ट्रेजरी बिल सब्सक्राइब की, मतलब एसबीआई ने लोन प्रोवाइड किया. So the loans which was provided by State Bank of India for $50 million was given to Maldives for another 1 year. Second question था आपके पास, what percentage stake SMBC Bank is going to acquire into the State Bank of India? Correct answer था आपके पास 20%. Correct answer था आपके पास 20%. Third था, what is the percentage Ant Group planning to sell in 19 Communication Limited? Correct answer was 4%. So our TNA heroes are Charan, Sandhya, Sabha, Rinku. After that, Uday, Jaggi Durga Rao ji, Manu, Sandhya, Abhinay, Satya, Ajit, Veer, Aishwarya, Durga, Garima, Shushila, Karuna. Thank you guys. Thank you for answers. एक दो डाउट्स आए थे मेरे पास, लाइक विनय मुकेश वाज आस्किंग व्हाई नो सेशन फॉर 3 days. So I have informed on Thursday itself that I am traveling to Delhi, and you can understand we need a proper setup to do the session. While I am traveling, I cannot do the session from airport or while traveling through bus, whatever it is. Understand this thing. If I am traveling, I cannot do the session, and that is also important part. अगर कोई success हुआ है तो उसका celebration भी important है. That is the part of my job, right? So patience rakhiye. I always say one thing, always follow the faculty with whom you are able to connect and you believe over that. If you believe on me, then you need to follow me properly. If you do not believe, please find a faculty to whom you believe and you trust and you connect with them. 3 things are important. First, connect, that you are able to understand the news when I am explaining it in time, easily. Second, then you need to have the belief and trust over the faculty. Follow the one faculty properly, you will always get a good result. Does not matter only Aditya sir is important. Okay. So Sunita ji, yes, you will be able to cover the RRB scale to current affairs as well with the support of this session. Easily you can cover RRB scale to current affairs, even RBI grade B phase 1 current affairs also you can attempt with the support of this session. Sarita ji, Shubha, Prasanna, Pooja, after that सेतु, सिमरन, अनुषा, थैंक यू एवरीवन, थैंक यू फॉर द आंसर्स. होमवर्क के क्वेश्चन ले लीजिए कल के लिए. या आई केम बैक very late night yesterday actually, and that is what I say is that yesterday very late night I was there and today morning I am live. So whenever I am available with my setup, I'll always try to go live on time without any delay. What is the चलिए होमवर्क के क्वेश्चन ले लीजिए. विच इंडियन सिटी वॉज रिसेंटली इंडक्टेड इनटू द WHO ग्लोबल नेटवर्क फॉर एज फ्रेंडली सिटीज एंड कम्युनिटीज? क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. सेकंड क्वेश्चन, who was elected as the president of Supreme Court Bar Association in the year 2025? Question number 3. What is the name of the new tech based initiative launched by the Ministry of Home Affairs to fight against the cyber financial fraud? So to fight against the cyber financial fraud, क्या recently initiative जो है होम मिनिस्ट्री ने लॉन्च किया है? क्वेश्चन हो गया आपके पास. Hustle 2.0, I can assure, is a one-stop solution for the complete preparation of your upcoming banking awareness, insurance awareness, and current affairs. क्लासेस चल रहे हैं आपके, आज से हम वापस से रिज्यूम करेंगे मे मंथ करंट अफेयर्स, विल बी वाइंड अप दिस वीक इटसेल्फ। चलिए, एंड finally yesterday night the result is out for the CBI credit officer. So those who got selected for the interview, those who are shortlisted for the interview, congratulations guys, big congratulations to you. And I want all of you, those who have been already shortlisted for the CBI credit officer, without hesitation you can go for this batch. You will not even understand and imagine, I have already completed 8 live classes in this batch. मैं वेट नहीं कर रहा था रिजल्ट का, मैंने 8 लाइव क्लासेस इसमें किए हुए हैं एंड 5 लाइव क्लासेस आई हैव डन इन दिस बैच आल्सो, एंड रिमेनिंग क्लासेस विल बी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम टुडे ओनली। आज से ही बाकी के क्लासेस आपके स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे। सो फॉर बोथ दोज हु हैव स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर PNBSO और CBI क्रेडिट ऑफिसर, you can join the batch today itself and start your preparation without hesitation, you should join the batch। ठीक है, चलिए सो मूव करते हैं आज के न्यूज पर। पीडीएफ आपको मिलेगा इस टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में। यू कैन ऑल्सो गेट कनेक्टेड विथ मी इन द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट। देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ डाउट which are pending, and because last 2-3 days I was traveling, I was trying to reply in between also, but today and tomorrow in next 2 days I'll reply to each and everyone. So a little bit patience you need to keep for today and tomorrow. I'll reply to everyone. News number 1 from the side of Reserve Bank of India, from the RBI circular category. How many of you know a term called provisioning? ये term कितने लोग जानते हैं? क्या मीनिंग होता है provisioning का? Provisioning, एक word अगर मैं बोलूं कि okay, you came for the banking industry interview, you have applied for RRBPU, IBPSPU, or most important recently credit officer interview. You have applied for credit officer interview. What is the meaning of provisioning in the bank? बताइए provisioning क्या है? ये question बन जाएगा interview का। ठीक है, explain provisioning. So what is provisioning? Provisioning is that amount which bank need to keep aside from their profit to secure the current risk and future risk regarding NPA. NPA से होने वाले जनरेट होने वाले रिस्क को जिसे कहा जाता है क्रेडिट रिस्क। क्रेडिट रिस्क, सो टू मैनेज द क्रेडिट रिस्क, टू मैनेज, अगर बहुत सिंपल डेफिनेशन इसकी क्रिएट करना है आपको तो क्या बनेगा? टू मैनेज द क्रेडिट रिस्क बैंक कीप सर्टेन अमाउंट असाइड। बैंक क्या कर रहे हैं? कुछ पैसा साइड में रख रहे हैं। टू मैनेज द क्रेडिट रिस्क, दैट अमाउंट इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? प्रोविजनिंग। उसी अमाउंट को कहा जाता है प्रोविजनिंग। सो देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड ग्रॉस एनपीए, नेट एनपीए। सो नेट एनपीए क्या होता है? सो नेट एनपीए इज इक्वल टू ग्रॉस एनपीए, नेट एनपीए इज इक्वल टू gross NPA minus provisioning. Guys, in your batch, in your credit officer batch, in your hustle batch, this concept have been discussed already in depth and detail. So just go through with that. बहुत डिटेल में मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया है, यहां पर भी शॉर्ट में बताया कि what is provisioning. Provisioning is bank generated profit of, for example, bank generated profit of 250 crore. बैंक के पास 250 करोड़ का प्रॉफिट है, and the gross NPA of bank for that year is, gross NPA of bank of that year is around 50 crore rupee. So what bank will do? Bank will not show that okay my NPA is 50 crore. Bank will do one thing, that gross NPA is 50 crore, we can do one thing, 45 crore I should remove from my profit. अपने प्रॉफिट से मैं कम कर दूंगा, it's fine, I will show my less profit. So bank will decrease the profit amount. Bank will say that okay, so my profit is 205 crore rupee and bank will decrease 45 crore from here. Bank will keep provisioning 45 crore. बैंक क्या करेगा? शो करेगा कि भाई मैंने 45 करोड़ का प्रोविजनिंग किया है। So net NPA of bank will be, in this case net NPA of bank will be 5 crore and gross NPA of bank will be 50 crore. 50 crore. Why? प्रोविजनिंग अमाउंट बैंक कैप असाइड 45 करोड़। बैंक ने क्या किया? प्रोविजनिंग कर ली 45 की, प्रोटेक्ट कर लिया ग्रॉस एनपीए का एक सर्टेन अमाउंट, तो वो होता है प्रोविजनिंग। अब है गाइडलाइन। सो आरबीआई केम विद अ अपडेटेड गाइडलाइन ऑन प्रोविजनिंग। गाइडलाइन सेज दैट बैंक गिव अ लोन व्हिच इज अ स्टैंडर्ड एसेट वेयर द EMIs आर कलेक्टेड बाय बैंक ऑन टाइम, वेयर बैंक इज नॉट अंडर एनपीए, जहां पर एनपीए भी नहीं हुआ है, even the loan is not NPA, even after that bank required to do provisioning of around 1% to 1.25%, 1% से 1.25% का provisioning करना होगा for the loans which are given by the bank for under construction project. जो project under construction है, let's take an example. I took a loan of 1 CR rupee from bank. मैंने 1 करोड़ रुपए का बैंक से क्या ले लिया, लोन ले लिया for the purchase of buying a flat. But my society is under construction. So on this 1 crore rupee loan, bank required to maintain at least 1 lakh rupee provisioning now as per the new guideline of RBI because the society is under construction. क्योंकि society under construction में है तो बैंक को ये लोन देते टाइम 1 लाख रुपए साइड में रखना पड़ेगा कि भैया प्रोविजनिंग का अमाउंट साइड में कर लो. क्लियर हुआ मेरा पॉइंट? बोलो यस और नो. इज दैट क्लियर? So Reserve Bank of India previously projected this 5%. So it is a relaxation for the bank. Previously RBI said bank required to manage 5% on the standard asset also if the project is under construction. Now RBI came down to 1%. Final norm RBI says that 1% to 1.25% is enough. 1% at least bank required to maintain. So for the under construction commercial real estate 1.25% and for the residential space 1%. So 1% for residential project, 1.25% for the commercial project. बोलिए circular clear हुआ? Yes or no? Is the first circular is clear? What is the new guideline? आपसे कोई पूछे शॉर्ट में बताओ. What is the recent update in the PSL guideline? What is the recent update in the provisioning? For the credit officer interview, they can ask. What is the recent update in the provisioning? Sir, as per the recent update, RBI asked all the bank to maintain 1% for the properties which are non-commercial properties. Real estate non-commercial properties, for that 1% provisioning bank required to maintain, and for the commercial properties bank required to maintain 1.25% of provisioning even on the standard assets. The standard assets पर 1.25% maintain करना है if it is a commercial property. ये point हो गया. Recent का एक news था, RBI asked all the bank and NBFCs to utilize the Pravah portal. RBI ने एक announcement किया था that all the bank and NBFCs required to update the Pravah portal, use the Pravah portal for any type of applications. If they want to open a new branch, they want to shift branch, if they want any type of new authorization, any NBFCs required the license of bank, small finance bank want the license of for the commercial bank, all the applications will be accepted by RBI on the portal called Pravah portal, started from 1st of May 2025. So this was the date which you should revise कि 1st May से Pravah portal जो है वो compulsory किया किसने? Reserve Bank of India ने. RBI की बात करें, so Reserve Bank of India started on 1st of April 1935. Act was RBI Act 1934. तो act था आपका RBI Act 1934. According to this act, RBI started from 1st of April 1935. After that, according to RBI Act 1948, RBI was nationalized on 1st of January 1949. Mumbai, Maharashtra headquarter, Hilton Young Commission, which was also known as Royal Commission, recommended for the formation of Reserve Bank of India. Osborne Smith was the first governor of RBI. C.D. Deshmukh was the first Indian governor of RBI. इनका full name था चिंतामन द्वारकानाथ देशमुख. 26th governor of Reserve Bank of India is Mr. Sanjay Malhotra. Currently deputy governors are T. Ravishankar sir, S. Janki Raman ji, M. Rajeshwar Rao and Poonam Gupta ma'am, who was recently appointed. RBI के subsidiaries की बात करें, so RBI have total 5 subsidiaries in India. इंडिया में RBI के भी current में कितने subsidiaries हैं? 5. One is DICGC, Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation of India, provide the insurance coverage up to 5 lakh. Second one, Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited. It is located in Bangalore, Karnataka. Headquarter इनका Bangalore, Karnataka है. This company of Reserve Bank of India is involved in the printing of currency note, managing 2 printing press in India, one located in Mysuru, Karnataka, another one located in Salboni, West Bengal. Third one is RBI Innovation Hub. Its headquarters is also there in Bangalore. It is involved in the innovative ideas and adoption of the technology in future. Then Reserve Bank Information Technology Private Limited. It is a type of company which is working as a software firm for Reserve Bank of India for the implementation of new portal, development of new websites or new portal for the Reserve Bank of India. Then Indian Financial Technology Allied Services. It is related to adoption of the digital technologies like NEFT, RTGS, such type of updates made by this organization. इनका हेडक्वार्टर है मुंबई. तो ये हो गया आपके पास RBI related static data as well. Quick revision over that. आगे मूव करेंगे अगले न्यूज के तरफ. Second circular from the side of RBI again. Reserve Bank of India recently shows the data regarding Supervisory Data Quality Index. अभी क्वेश्चन उठता है यहाँ पर, what is the meaning of this SDQI? SDQI क्या है? What is this SDQI? Supervisory Data Quality Index. Supervisory Data Quality Index shows that how punctual, how timely and how consistent our banking industry is. How much well managed they are. कितने well managed है हमारे banks. How much our banks are disciplined. In one word, so it shows the discipline of banking industry. That index is called Supervisory Data Quality Index. पहले बताओ ये समझ में आया कि इसका मीनिंग क्या है इंडेक्स का, कि ये इंडेक्स क्या है. Then we should understand the range, that in which range this is showing that you are more disciplined or less disciplined, or you should improve or not improve, you are doing great. That will be available within a range. So based on the data quality term like accuracy of sharing the data with public, accuracy of sharing the data with RBI, timeliness, that in how much time you are able to perform the banking facilities, wo wala point. Then completeness, consistency of the regulatory returns submitted by the bank. So based on that, RBI provide scores to the bank. RBI इसके basis पर क्या करता है, score provide करता है. Okay, Shambhu, welcome man, welcome to Guidely. Just watch the session for 1 or 2 days. If you are able to connect with me, if you are able to understand this person is giving you relevant content for your upcoming exam and you are able to understand, then only continue with the session. Okay. So SDQI score category, above 90 is a good score. ठीक है, 90 के ऊपर अच्छा स्कोर माना जाता है किसी भी बैंक का और कंप्लीट इंडस्ट्री का भी. 80 to 90 is acceptable, that yes, it's fine. We can say that a fine type of category, good, fine category. 70 to 80 need improvement, that improvement is necessary. Below 70 score is not acceptable by the Reserve Bank of India. RBI started implementing the PCA norms or fines over the bank if it is below 70. तो ये तो हो गया score for the banking industry. Now what is the score of banking industry, उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. So the score of banking industry improved from 86.8% last year to 89.3% this year. 89.3% this year. So this is the data as on March 2024. ये डेटा आया आपका मार्च 2024 का. बोलो समझ में आया क्या, पॉइंट क्लियर हुआ. सो इंप्रूवमेंट है बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री के ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस में इन टर्म ऑफ एडॉप्शन ऑफ द रेगुलेटरी नॉर्म्स, गिविंग ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन टू द रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. Last year it was 86.8%, this year it is 89.3%. तो लास्ट ईयर से इस साल इंप्रूव हुआ है. अच्छा 89.3% मींस 89.3% मींस 89.3%. इट मींस इट इज अंडर द रेंज ऑफ एक्सेप्टेबल. एक्सेप्टेबल वाली रेंज में है, वेरी नियर टू द रेंज ऑफ गुड. सो एक्सेप्टेबल रेंज में है और गुड रेंज के नियर में है. स्टेट ओन्ड बैंक्स, दैट इज आर पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक or private sector banks or foreign bank have good score between 80 to 90. Acceptable range है, 80 to 90 is the acceptable range. But for the small finance bank, the score range should be 90. Above 90 जो है वो ही better माना गया. Means for the small finance bank it has to be a little bit higher compared to the public sector bank or normal commercial bank. Normal commercial bank से ज्यादा होना चाहिए स्कोर स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक का. दिस इज व्हाट द पॉइंट इज. सो बेस्ड ऑन द lots of financial product or RBI circulars, RBI decide that how the banking industry is performing based on the supervisory data quality index. So this was the another circular. Third one, Reserve Bank of India issues the master circular to boost the credit assist financial inclusion for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. अब ध्यान से सुनना. There are lots of schemes in India, Government of India announced and implementing for the betterment of SC and ST community in India. Correct? Correct. RBI recently issues a circular for the purpose of observing these schemes are implemented properly or not. And second thing, बैंक should ensure their contribution in the implementation of these schemes. कि बैंक को भी ensure करना है कि वो इन schemes को properly implement करने में support कर रहे हैं. For this purpose, RBI issues the circular. I'll give you example which schemes I'm talking about. But first of all, on a basic level, that Government of India have lots of schemes in India regarding the betterment of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Now RBI issues the circular that bank should take great initiative for the implementation of these schemes in a proper way. So Reserve Bank of India issues the master circular, enhancing the credit access, and to promote the financial inclusion for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Circular include streamlining the provision procedures, special reservation. There are different schemes under which there is a special loan of 10%, 20% only for the SC/ST community. तो उसको भी ध्यान में रखना है. And implementing it effectively on time. Now, point number one, RBI says that this point is important. RBI says that a special cell must be set up at the head office of the banks to monitor the credit flow to the SC/ST beneficiary. Every bank in India now required to set up a special cell, special office within the head office. अपने head office में हर एक बैंक को एक अलग से unit बनाना है, special cell बनाना है. That unit is going to observe and analyze the loans provided by the bank, the same bank, to the SC/ST community. Clear हुआ ये वाला point? So one of the scheme is NRLM, that is Deen Dayal Antyodaya National Rural Livelihood Mission. There are lots of objective of National Rural Livelihood Mission. Main objective is how to improve the self-help groups in India. इनका main objective है how to make people self-reliance, कि लोगों को self-reliance कैसे बनाए और self-help group को कैसे develop करें. How to develop the self-help group in India. So the banking sector task is, अभी बैंक का क्या task है इसमें? Banking sector task is financial inclusion for the self-help group. Financial inclusion for the self-help group. This is the task of bank. ये बैंक का task कि भैया financial inclusion करना है. They should have banking facilities. They should get the lending facility. This is the task of bank. So to observe this for the self-help group, banks are required to set up a special unit within the head office. Head office में बोला है. Second scheme है आपके पास DRI. Lots of time student ask me, sir, please cover the scheme which come into the examination randomly, and these schemes are very old scheme. See, always a old scheme have some connection with the news. Like In the upcoming examination, we may get the question based on Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. Although scheme was started in 2013, 2013 में scheme start हुआ था, right? But still, because it came back to current affairs, there is a chance. Second है differential rate of interest scheme. This is very important. Why? Related to banking. Differential rate of interest, in short, it is called DRI scheme. आपसे interviews में पूछ लेते हैं DRI explain करें. What is DRI? Have you heard about it? Yes, sir, it is differential rate of interest scheme. Under this, sir, there is a loan up to 15,000 rupee at 4% rate of interest is available for the weaker section. Weaker section comes under PSL category. ये PSL के अंतर्गत आता है, priority sector lending. So, sir, within PSL, there is a weaker section category. Those who belongs to the lower income group, जो lower income group को belong करते हैं, those who belongs to lower income group, they are weaker sections, sir, and for them up to 15,000 rupee loan is available just at 4% rate of interest. सिर्फ 4% annual rate of interest पर 15,000 rupee तक का loan available है. It is called DRI scheme. Under this scheme, sir, if someone have the land holding up to 1 acre, that is irrigated land, and 2.5 acre unirrigated land, they will be covered. Farmers will also be covered, but these guidelines will not be applicable on SC/ST. SC/ST with any land holding will be able to utilize the DRI. So DRI क्या है? 15,000 rupee तक का loan at 4% rate of interest is available. Subsidized rate of interest. This is what DRI is. ये DRI है. Bank must ensure 40% of DRI goes to SC/ST. 40% DRI loan should goes to ST/SC. This is what the bank must ensure. For that a special cell is required in the head office. Housing loan up to 20,000 rupee can be availed by the SC/ST addition to 15,000. तो 15,000 अलग है. For the SC/ST, 20,000 rupee additional loan will be available for the housing construction purpose. एक और स्कीम है, Credit Enhancement Guarantee Scheme for the Scheduled Caste. One more scheme. The scheme was launched in May 2015 by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Main objective is, if anyone from the SC/ST community want to start business, अगर किसी को business start करना है SC/ST community से, they can borrow loan from bank on government guarantee, on the guarantee which is taken by IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, nodal agency to provide the guarantee from the side of government of India. समझो, government guarantee ले रही है. Provide the loan to this person. This person want to start business. This person belongs to SC/ST community. This person want to start business, wanted loan. Provide the loan. We take guarantee. If they default, will pay. भाई वो डिफॉल्ट करेंगे, हम पे करेंगे, टेंशन मत लो. So on the government guarantee, on the guarantee which is taken by one of the government organization, government guarantee which is taken by IFCI, this one, Industrial Finance Corporation of India Limited. So to empower the small businesses and promoting the entrepreneurship, कि entrepreneurship को improve किया जाए, especially in the SC community, especially for the SC community, scheduled caste community. ठीक है, this is for the scheduled caste only. ये आपका सिर्फ scheduled caste के लिए है. ठीक है. So SC individual, registered company, society, partnership firm can where the ownership of the SC community or ownership is more than 51%, they can avail the loan from 15 lakh rupee to 5 crore rupee. So 15 lakh से 5 crore rupee तक का लोन इसमें अवेलेबल होता है. Stand Up India is also similar type of scheme. Nodal agency means which is responsible for implementing it. जो implementation के लिए responsible है, which is responsible for taking the guarantee on behalf of government of India. Prime Minister cannot issue guarantee letter all the time, right? कि हाँ भाई दे दो guarantee, मैं guarantee ले रहा हूँ. So on behalf of government of India, government appoint a agency, appoint a bank. So this is a very similar type of bank like IDBI or SIDBI. Better to say SIDBI because IDBI is now private. Previously IDBI was a public sector bank. So this IFCI is a government financial institution. एक NBFC है government of India का. They are the nodal agency. तो ये points यहाँ पर हैं. मेनली आपको बैंक्स को कहा गया है कि इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ ऑल दीज स्कीम शुड बी वेल, फॉर दैट सेटअप वन सेल, वन ऑफिस इन द हेड ऑफिस ऑफ एवरी बैंक, हर एक बैंक के हेड ऑफिस में आपको इंप्लीमेंट करना है। आफ्टर दैट वी हैव द स्कीम्स, बैक टू द न्यूज, उनको रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा एक और बार इन डिटेल, ठीक है। आगे मूव करेंगे, नेक्स्ट न्यूज, नेक्स्ट न्यूज, अगला न्यूज है, अच्छा टीएनए सुबह सुबह करना ही चाहिए, टीएनए मॉर्निंग मॉर्निंग अटेंड। अब मैं ट्रेवल कर रहा था, मैंने बताया इसलिए नहीं हो पाया एक दो दिन, बट कवर करेंगे अब इस वीक में। रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया अनाउंस द रिलैक्सेशन फॉर इंपोर्ट of shipping vessel through the new circular. RBI issues a new circular. Now I am an importer. समझो मैं एग्जांपल से एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूं, इजी हो जाएगा। I am an importer. I want to import something from China. चाइना से नहीं करते, नहीं तो बच्चे बोलेंगे सर चाइना से क्यों करेंगे। चलो will import something from Japan. I want to import something from Japan. And the cost of that overall consignment is around 10 crore rupee, which I need to pay in the form of Japanese yen. ठीक है, 10 करोड़ रुपए का कुछ कंसाइनमेंट में जापान से क्या कर रहा हूं, इंपोर्ट कर रहा हूं। Now the challenge is the person who is sitting in Japan will not start the consignment until unless they will not get advance. जब तक उनको एडवांस ना मिल जाए वो कंसाइनमेंट स्टार्ट नहीं करेंगे। So for making the advance till now cash payment was not allowed, that I can make the payment and I can wait for the consignment. It was not allowed by the Reserve Bank of India. Always bank required to go for bank guarantee. Bank guarantee means my bank will issue a letter to the bank of exporter. मेरा बैंक exporter के बैंक को एक letter issue करेगा that we are ready for the payment, you start the consignment. Then they will start the consignment. Then their bank will give the confirmation to my bank that consignment started. Now you can release the payment. My bank will give the confirmation. Yes, consignment received, payment released. Consignment received, payment released. Then their bank. So their two banks are coordinating for the importer and exporter. तो importer exporter के लिए दो बैंक coordinate कर रहे हैं. Not directly importer and exporters are doing this. So it become delay also sometime because in every transaction banks are involved. Banks involved है, वो bank guarantee हो गया, ठीक है। Letter of credit, bank guarantee, similar type of concept है यहाँ पर for this particular news. Cash payment was not allowed by the Reserve Bank of India. It was not allowed that Aditya can make the payment. भैया you need 10 crore rupee, do one thing, 1 crore I am giving you now, 9 crore I'll give you after receiving consignment, you start the consignment, take 1 crore rupee. It was not allowed till now. Now are we allowed that up to 50 million US dollar, up to 50 million US dollar can be made without requiring bank guarantee or unconditional letter of credit. इसके बिना 50 मिलियन तक का पेमेंट कर सकते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड रेमिटेंस। रेमिटेंस विदाउट एनी बैंक गारंटी, विदाउट एनी लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट कैन बी डन. सो नाउ दैट पर्सन इज गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन, स्टिल फॉर द बिजनेस दे नीड सम एडवांस. आई एम श्योर दे विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग रॉन्ग विथ मी, सो आई विल मेक द एडवांस without letter of guarantee, without letter of credit, without bank guarantee. Now we can do export and import. That is what the simple news it is. मेरा point समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, बोलो yes or no. Clear है? So amendment was made in the master direction which was issued by the Reserve Bank of India with the name Import of Goods and Services, originally which was started in the year 2016. RBI ने 2016 में, RBI ने 2016 में एक सर्कुलर इशू किया था, उसमें अमेंडमेंट किया है अभी. प्रीवियसली एज पर द प्रीवियस सर्कुलर बैंक्स इन्वॉल्वमेंट वाज नेसेसरी. नाउ विदाउट इन्वॉल्वमेंट डायरेक्टली पेमेंट कैन बी डन. अब सीधे पेमेंट किया जा सकता है. क्लियर है? Bankers buzz, you can connect with me beta for such type of discussion over the Telegram. It's better. We can focus on the class over the content, that is good, right? Content पर focus करें. More relaxation is given in most of the field. Correct है. What result RBI is expecting? RBI wanted improvement into the economy. उसके ऊपर भी बात करूंगा. काफी relaxations मिले हैं. अनदर रिलैक्सेशन फॉर द स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक, रिलैक्सेशन की बात हो रही थी, एक और सुन लीजिए। रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया रिड्यूस द मैंडेट प्रपोर्शन ऑफ द लेंडिंग फॉर स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक। आप लोगों ने एक टर्म सुना हुआ है पीएसएल, सुना है ये टर्म पीएसएल, प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर लेंडिंग। Priority sector lending is certain percentage of the total loan provided by the bank to the needy sector of society, like education sector, agriculture sector, housing loan, small medium enterprises, micro small medium enterprises. Providing loan to such sector is necessary in India. That is called PSL. What is the PSL target or PSL guideline? PSL target for the commercial bank. Commercial banks के लिए PSL का target क्या है? Commercial banks means big bank like SBI, PNB, ICICI, HDFC. कितना ये 40% of ANBC, करेक्ट है? टारगेट कितना है? 40% of ANBC is the target for the commercial bank. For the RRB, regional rural banks, for the RRBs, it is 75% of ANBC. RRBs के लिए 75% of ANBC, करेक्ट है? Yes. For the small finance bank, also it was 75%. Small finance bank के लिए भी 75% था. Now RBI decreased it to 60%. अब RBI ने इसको डिक्रीज करके कर दिया है 60%. That 60% will be their PSL for the small finance bank. ये न्यूज है. Previously it was 75%. Small finance banks were required to provide 75% of their total loan to priority sector. Now it come down to 60%. 15% का relaxation मिल गया है स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक को. दे कैन डिसाइड वेयर दे वांट टू लैंड इट. अब वो खुद डिसाइड कर सकते हैं. दे वांट टू गिव इट कमर्शियली, दे कैन गिव इट कमर्शियली विदाउट फॉलोइंग टोटल 75% ऑफ टारगेट. क्लियर? बोलिए, पॉइंट समझ में आ गया? सिंपल है, न्यूज डिफिकल्ट तो नहीं है. सो देयर इज अ रिलैक्सेशन. सो टोटल 75% रहेगा फॉर द स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक. स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक shall continue to allocate 40% of ENBC, whichever is higher for the subcategories of PSL which is decided. 20% they can allocate to any sector within PSL. So 40% tight guidelines है, 20% relaxed है, total है 60% for a small finance bank. Still total it is 60% for the small finance bank. तो small finance bank के लिए 60% का guideline रहेगा. ANBC होता है, there is a term called NDTL, net demand and time liability. Total deposits of bank is called NDTL. Formula of NDTL is CASA plus RAFA. Current account, recurring account, fixed account and recurring account and fixed account. So total deposit of a bank is called NDTL. On the deposits, banks are required to maintain CRR SLR. So ANBC is adjusted net bank credit. ANBC is equal to NDTL minus CRR plus SLR. So when from the total deposit you will remove CRR and SLR, remaining amount is called total lending capacity of bank. जितना पैसा बैंक के पास अवेलेबल है लोन देने के लिए मार्केट में, वो होता है ANBC. So ANBC is the total lending capacity of a bank. NDTL is the total deposit of a bank. तो बैंक का total deposit हो गया NDTL और बैंक का total lending capacity हो गया ANBC. समझ में आया? क्लियर है? या हरीश, if you are there in hustle, complete the classes, means go through with the classes. RBI topic is going to start very soon in the hustle itself. बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल न्यूज में क्विकली 2-3 न्यूज देख लेते हैं. इंडिया शेयर इन द ग्लोबल एक्सपोर्ट इंक्रीजेस टू 3%, मींस आउट ऑफ 100% एक्सपोर्ट डन इन द वर्ल्ड 3% इज द शेयर ऑफ इंडिया. समझ में आ रहा है? इफ ऑल द कंट्रीज टुगेदर डूइंग द एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ 100 rupee from one nation to another nation and all, so 3 rupee is the export of India. Indian share in the world export increases to 3%. which was 2.2% in the year 2010, increases to 3% in the year 2023. With the annual growth of 6.3%, 6.3% का growth हुआ है. The data was shared by United Nations Conference on the Trade and Development Report 2024 that India is doing great in term of service sector export. हमारा जो सर्विस सेक्टर है उसमें हमारा एक्सपोर्ट बहुत बढ़िया है. मींस engineers from India, doctors from India, consultants from India, professionals from India, they are able to sell good number of services to the different countries. Mainly software का involvement बहुत ज्यादा है इसमें. So these are the factors, because of that the global export got increased. So 2024-25 total export further increased to $825 billion. $825 billion से जो export है वो increase हुआ है. If we'll talk about the share of export, जहां पर जो export का share का export चल रहा है, total export share of a particular country and region. So China is actually on the top with the 6.1% of total export of the world. China top पर चल रहा है in term of exports. US is just at 3.9%. We are at 3%. US is at 3.9%. European Union 3.9%. ये भी 3.9 पर है. और China is 6.1 पर. China have almost double export compared to India. India के comparison में almost double है. Almost what? More than double exports हैं. ठीक है. So Indian export got increased. एक और न्यूज है, लास्ट देखते हैं आज के लिए. India's lending private banks yet to adopt ISO 222 SWIFT standard before November 2025 deadline. अच्छा, आप में से कितने लोगों ने सुना हुआ है SWIFT? How many of you heard about SWIFT? I'm not talking about Swift Desire and all. नहीं तो सोचने लगा अरे Swift Desire की बात हो रही है. Every bank required to have one Swift Desire in their bank, and that will be given to the newly selected bank PO. कि नया बैंक PO के लिए एक नई Swift Desire परचेस करके उनको देना है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. खुश मत हो उसके लिए ज्यादा. You need to buy your own Swift Desire if you want to buy. Here we are talking about the SWIFT, which is an international code, which is an international network for sending the secure messages from one bank to another international bank. For example, one bank is located in India, SBI, another bank is located in Russia, RCB bank. So these banks want to have some communication. That communication channel is called SWIFT. उस communication channel को कहा गया है SWIFT. समझ में आ रहा है? What is SWIFT in term of banking? So State Bank of India, imagine State Bank of India so far is the only fully transited for adopting ISO 20022 standard, and Indian compliance rate well below the global rate of adoption 43%. India में जो adoption rate है SWIFT का, that is very very low. SWIFT full form is Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. पहले deadline याद कर लो. Deadline है November 2025. November 2025 is the deadline. SWIFT code is either 8 or 11 digit code. It is either 8 or 11 digit code. Very similar to IFSC, which we are using in India. Indian Financial System Code. Indian Financial System Code is a 11 digit alphanumeric code in India, which we use in NEFT and RTGS. Correct? Similar to that, we have a SWIFT code, which is an international code. So this SWIFT, which is an international code, is either 8 or 11 digit code, where first 4 digit represents bank name, next 2 digits represent country code, 7th and 8th digit represent location code. These are must, and the last 3 digits which are optional, they are branch code. This is important to remember. इसको highlight कर लेना. SWIFT full form and what SWIFT code indicate can come into the examination anytime. 3 क्वेश्चन बनेंगे. Point number 1, what is the full form of SWIFT code? कि SWIFT code का full form क्या है? एक क्वेश्चन ये बनेगा आपका. Full form is Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. Second question, SWIFT code is a how many digit code? Either 8 or 11. Whatever is there in the option, that is going to be your answer. ठीक है? मैंने पॉइंट्स बता दिए. थर्ड पॉइंट, Indian banks required to adopt SWIFT. What is the deadline? November 2025 is the deadline. RBI said no further extension will be provided by the Reserve Bank of India. If banks are unable to adopt it by November 2025, they should be ready. Either RBI will hold all their foreign transaction or they need to pay heavy fines. अगर फॉरेन ट्रांजेक्शन्स करने हैं आफ्टर नवंबर, बैंक्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू अडॉप्ट द स्विफ्ट. ये डेडलाइन है. बाकी स्विफ्ट कोड क्या है मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया. पॉइंट क्लियर है? यस और नो? बोलो यस और नो. क्लियर है पॉइंट? ठीक है. आई वॉन्ट यू टू कीप पेशेंस फॉर दिस वीक. We will cover the news step by step. Today I have completed most of the RBI circular and banking and financial news. Appointment news, national news, international news. It is not a thing that I'm not covering them. I'll cover them this week only. तो पुराना पेंडिंग कंप्लीट हो जाएगा in next 1 or 2 days and after that we will be in a flow properly. ठीक है? थोड़ा सा मैनेज करना, पेशेंस रखना. Two things are very important. First, connection with your faculty. Then believe on your faculty, trust on your faculty. So if you have connection with me, keep the faith. ठीक है? That is why so many people after getting selection directly say that we follow only TNA, we follow only Aditya sir current affairs and we got selected. So keep the belief, because I know that your trust, if you trust on me, I should not break it. That is my responsibility, right? So don't worry about that. I'll do that. I'll cover it. So कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. पेशेंस रखना है 1-2 दिन बस. ठीक है? चलो मिलता हूं नेक्स्ट सेशन में गाइस. दोज हु हैव ऑलरेडी क्लियर्ड द written examination of Central Bank of India credit officer, PNB credit officer, my interview batch is live. Classes are going to be done from today only. So join the batch, start your classes. Live classes I have already completed. Few live classes, like 8 live lectures I have done in credit officer of Central Bank of India and 5 live lectures I have completed in PNB. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि लाइव क्लासेस हुए नहीं, ऑलरेडी किए हुए हैं मैंने. मैं वेट नहीं कर रहा था रिजल्ट का.